Out on the rig, we work hard, we work long, and we work smart. None of us can afford an injury. Safety is the top priority for everyone aboard. We are like a second family, and that's more than just words. Everyone looks after one another out here. We are here to work, to make a living, and enjoy our time off when our hitch is over. That's why it's so important to all of us, every single person aboard, to pay strong attention to how we work. The industry is a fast-paced one. The technology we use is advancing all the time. Safety gear and procedures, drills and classes all try to guide us in the right direction. But ultimately, the only person who can keep you safe is the person you see in the mirror. The more you know, the more you practice, the better procedures and precautions, the less chance there is of a serious accident from occurring. Hand safety is not a joke. It's at the top of the list. What would you do without even one of your hands? From work to everyday life at home, fitness, sports, recreation, or just a good old time with your family, your hands are used in so many ways you don't even notice. Use the tools you're given, from think to start and everything in between. Time out. Stop the job. Ask questions. Make sure you're doing your job the safest that you can. Use hand-free tools when they're available. Work as a team and focus. We all want to make it home and live life to its fullest, so hold on to safety with both hands and don't let go.
Hello, my name is Jason Brocke. I'm the offshore installation manager out here on the Discover Enterprise. Out here on the Enterprise, we have a really good safety record. And the hard thing about maintaining a good safety record is a lot of new personnel, as yourself, coming in with different safety cultures, different safety beliefs, no belief, lack of belief, just plain out disregard for safety. So one thing I need to get a commitment from you is that anything you do out here is 100% safe. That means proper tools for the job, proper PPE, and everything you do out here, you need to have a plan. Out here in the Discover Enterprise, we have a hands-free planning program. So if you can perform your job without putting your hands in any exposure, that's the way we want to plan the job.
Walk in any bar in Houma or Bouchon, Grand Isle, find them old land rig guys, or the guys that used to work out here in the oil fields of the 80s, and have them do this. And see how many of them do this, have fingers missing, okay? See how many of them walk with a limp or crippled for life, or their backs are hurt, or they're all crimped up. Yeah, they made good money, but now they're 85 and 90-year-old men at 50.
Most of the type of incidents that I see, other than your typical medical as far as sinus conditions or flu-type symptoms, are going to be hand injuries. One of the big things that we have here in the Enterprise is we have a no hands policy. So any type of lift work or any lifts being done, no one's supposed to have their hands on there. A lot of times, unfortunately, people forget that, put their hands somewhere they're not supposed to be, get involved in a pinch point, crushing injury. We see a lot of finger injuries, a lot of deglovings, a lot of fractures, things along that lines. So the biggest thing that we try to get across people when they come on board is if you feel unsafe doing something, don't do it.
If you feel unsafe with something, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Hands free.
Hands free.
We really take to heart when someone gets injured out here. I mean, it's part of, if you think about it, it's our life away from our normal lives. We're here half of our lives.
Your safety has got to be the most important thing on my job. It's got to be the most important thing to you.
Yeah. And everything we do is with our hands. But because of that, 90% of your incidents are with hands. And throughout my career, that's what I've seen is missing fingers, people getting fingers cut off or hands smashed. Those are the majority of the things that happen to folks.
We preach out here, first of all, proper PPE to try and prevent the minor cuts, the scrapes, the skinning, or any harm to the hand. But we also preach a hands-free operation.
Okay.
We try to do everything we can, lifting loads or anything that we can to prevent a person from putting his hands on a particular piece of equipment, whether it be a tow tank, a bundle of drill pipe, casing, drill bits, or anything. We try to tagline it and allow them to pull on it. Naturally, you can't push on a rope, and it's difficult sometimes when you get close to a landing point. Pull or tug from the opposite side, but when another piece of equipment is next to it and you can't pull it for reasons of equipment being behind it, do what you can to minimize the time that your hands are touching anything.
And like I say, it's really good when you have tower changes, morning meetings, evening meetings with the crews. If you're out on the drill floor and you're having a walk through, everybody's paying attention. And it's not just a song and dance that you go through. It's not just words that you're saying because you got to say them. I truly believe that everybody believes in it. And it's not because someone from upper management is demanding that you have a safe environment for whatever reason. It's because the people are cared about. And no one wants to see anyone else get hurt. And it's stressed big time. It's just the way of life out here.
The same thing, it gives the guys an opportunity to sit down and communicate their thoughts and their plans, prior to undertaking the task. And the identification of hazards, the assigning responsibility for individuals to identify those hazards and keep an eye on the potential hazards throughout the course of the task.
Sir, we look out for each other. I mean, all kidding aside, all seniority aside, we're a big family out here. I mean, we're a giant company, a huge company, multi-billion-dollar company. But on this rig, we're a family. And, like brothers and sisters, we may have our spats, but we look out for each other in the end.
Absolutely. We don't budge on our safety protocol. We don't budge on our safety procedures. Everybody follows it. It doesn't make a difference if you're a third-party hand, Transocean hand, company hand. If you're on board the Enterprise, you're going to follow our safety procedures.
Man, if you lose 4 fingers, a hand, that's something that you won't be able to have back ever again. You will not be able to play with touch your kids with that hand. You'll have to touch them with your left hand. Or you won't be able to lift them. You'll have to lift them with one hand.
And that's what people don't realize is they think, oh, well, this is just a little thing out here that I'm doing. But they don't realize the significance until it's too late. Till they're the guy that's missing a finger, or a hand, or they're in the hospital and they're never going to be the same again. That's when it drives home, and that's too late.
On the Discover Enterprise, our goal is to conduct our work 100% hands-free in order to eliminate hand and finger injuries from lifting or handling equipment. We recognize that not all jobs involving mechanical lifting or handling can be conducted hands-free, but with the appropriate risk management, utilization of think planning and start monitoring processes, and supervisor involvement, the risk can be appropriately mitigated. If your hands have to go on a load and you haven't already planned the task as a hands-on task, then a timeout for safety needs to be called in order to manage the change. Your next line supervisor needs to get involved to assist with addressing the additional hazards and help manage the task safely. Remember, safety starts with you.